Are you a smart business builder who has a huge heart and really wants to make money in your business, but you tend to overcomplicate things? Well, today's episode is for you. I'm going to give you 5 questions to help you stop overcomplicating things, because if you want money fast, you've got to stop overcomplicating things. and this is kind of a kick you in the butt episode, because like NFA style, because I do this too. And pretty much everyone I work with does this and needs help refocusing and redirecting, because I think it's an issue with smart people who can do a lot. Real high achievers tend to be able to take everything on and do everything, and it causes the problem of overcomplication, which does not lead to quick money making. So that's what today's episode is all about. If it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda Barrientez, the host of Max Potential Money. This is your place to come each and every week for tips on money, mindset, marketing, and manifestation to help you be a badass moneymaker in your business. I love this topic so much. Obviously, I have a podcast, built my whole business around making money and helping you make money doing what you love. And something that I see time and time again in the history of me building my business and in the way that I help other people build businesses is that things get really jumbled up in your brain. So when I say that, what that means is that we put a lot on our plates and we tend to make things seem a lot harder than they are. Now, if we were to just dumb it down and ask ourselves these following 5 questions, we would be able to get from point A to point Z a lot faster, because we wouldn't be overcomplicating things. Our brain tends to go into confusion when we have a lot of options on our plate, because our brain is a problem-solving operating system. But if you put into the computer a whole bunch of options, it doesn't know which one to solve. So what you want to do is keep it simple, stupid. And I don't even always like to say that comment, but lately I've been like, yeah, this is a big one for me. So, part of this episode, this season's episodes, is about me building my business to the next level, which would be 7 figures. And in doing that, I'm not going to get there if I complicate the crap out of everything and try to make it so complex and perfect and amazing that I never take action in a direction, or that implementing the steps makes me feel really overwhelmed. And that's what I tend to see people doing. It's like, there's this, I think it's related to imposter syndrome in some ways, where we go like, okay, we're really smart and we can do a lot, but then also we want to prove ourselves and we want to make sure it's amazing or better than everyone else's. And you go like, I've got to be so unique to get this lead magnet out there. And if I'm not so unique, no one's going to like me. And the truth is, it isn't about being unique. It's about making it simple and straightforward and clear and to the point and hitting the right audience, right? So in that marketing way, you've got to know who you're speaking to in your lead magnets. And that's the #1 simplest thing you can do. Okay, so there's one example of overcomplicating it and shifting it in your direction. It's not about your tech being the most amazing on the planet. It's not about the way that it looks being absolutely perfect, like, the design of whatever it is you're creating. It's about hitting the right target audience, right? And that's the simple path. So let me give you these 5 questions and we'll break them down. So this is 5 questions to help you stop overcomplicating things. So #1, I want you to ask yourself, where can I stop overcomplicating things? And it's such a simple question, but if you really slow down and ask yourself this, like, where am I overcomplicating things and where can I stop overcomplicating things? So I do this all the time and I go, okay, what's the fastest path to cash? Okay, so that's undercomplicating. That's making it simple, straightforward, easy, and going, okay, when have I made money in the past before in an easy way where people were attracted to me simply and they paid me and I barely had to do any work? Because I promise you, you can find somewhere in your history where that's been the case. And if you're newer in business, you might not have evidence of that yet, but you definitely can look to places where you're overcomplicating things. This could be in the way that you're putting your book together or the way that you're designing your website. Make it simple. Make it as simple as possible. You want to be thinking minimum viable product. What that means is that you're creating something that's good enough. It doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You don't need to be a trendsetter and always starting something new that stands out above the rest because it's different. Who cares if it's different if it doesn't convert and get the outcome that you want, which is probably more customers and more clients, which is then going to give you the faster money, right? Okay, number 2. What's the path of least resistance? This is tied into where am I overcomplicating things? When you take the path of least resistance, it means that you're going to the places that are already easy for you. You're not thinking, oh, I need to become an expert in this area, even though that's not really where I'm an expert. Do what you know, do what you love, do what works for you now, and let that grow. Do what you love, do what you know, and let that grow. Super simple. Like, I want you to just keep thinking about this over and over and realizing it's actually a very simple path to make more money. I know people who, they have made millions of dollars over their life course, lost money, gained money, lost money, and then they go like, I'm stuck and I'm not sure what to do. And to you, I say, write down a list of all the things that you know make you money fast and start doing those. Stop focusing on what's not working and focus on what would work in an easy, simple way. That's the path of least resistance. So where in your business right now can you take the path of least resistance? Let's say that you're really love public speaking and you want to be on more people's platforms. Where can you find a place to be on more people's platforms so that you can start getting out there and speaking and doing what you love? That's a path of least resistance. Let's say that you already work in a place where you have a network of people who would be open to potentially buying something you're selling. That's a path of least resistance. So I want you to think, what's the easiest path to least resistance where I can stop overcomplicating things? You don't need to be an expert at everything. You need to know your target market and be an expert at reaching that target market and delivering the results that you say you're going to deliver for them. Number 3, am I making it hard on myself to make money? I know this sounds funny, but I was working out the other morning and I said this to myself. I was like, God, I'm making it hard on myself to make money. And this is because one of my money blocks is that money causes stress. So it's like overworking problem. And if you haven't taken the Money Blocks profile yet, you must go to www.moneyblocksprofile.com to get your Money Blocks profile. And this will help you understand this question. Am I making it hard on myself to make money? So anywhere where you are causing undue stress, undue pressure, overcomplicating the process, not being systematized, not asking for help where you need it, not delegating, not dropping things that are BS time suckers, that means you're making it hard on yourself to make money. Anywhere where you're trying to create a program that's like different and unique and amazing and wonderful and perfect, instead of just making some videos on your iPhone, sitting at your desk and getting it out there, you're overcomplicating it. You're making it harder on yourself to make money. You do not need professional equipment to create a course. You don't need professional equipment to start coaching or consulting somebody. You could literally have a client today. But if you're overcomplicating it and think you've got to have all this stuff, I'll tell you, when I started coaching, I really didn't know what I was doing at all. I mean, obviously I have a PhD, so I knew some things, but I didn't necessarily know how to work with clients. I knew I had the drive and I knew I had gifts and I knew that I loved teaching and I knew that I cared a lot and I was willing to make sure people had breakthroughs. I knew that. And I knew that I could help people have breakthroughs because in our conversations where we would have initial consults, they would have a breakthrough, which is why they hired me in the first place. But the thing is, I didn't make it hard on myself to make money. I barely had a website. It was ugly and awful. I just went and started talking to people. I just talked and talked and talked, and I promoted and I made it easy on myself to get clients fast because that was the easiest, fastest path to cash. So I want you to be thinking that way. Number 4. How can I make fast, easy money doing what I know works? How can I make fast, easy money doing what I know works? Okay, I want you to like write this question down and pin it on, you know, either put it on a piece of paper and tape it up or write it on your board. I mean, I want this to be your mantra from now on. How can I make fast, easy money doing what I know works? Such a simple question, but I like to add the fast and easy part, because you could just say, how can I make money doing what works? I want you to make fast, easy money. I want you to focus on fast, easy money, because that's the undercomplicated way to do it. And number 5, how can I make big money doing exactly what I love? How can I make big money doing exactly what I love? That question I think is so fun because, and you could say big, easy money too. You could add easy in there. I want you to ask yourself these questions because it helps shift your brain in a direction of solution orientation. It helps you think about easy, fun, uncomplicated, low stress, path of least resistance money. This is available to all of us at all points in time, and this is how wealthy people think. So I want you to be setting yourself up for an NFA money mindset where you are going, ooh, what are all the fun, easy ways that I get to make money doing what I love? What is the path of least resistance to make money doing what I love? How can I uncomplicate my life, make it simple and flowing, and attract more money my way? And I want you to brainstorm these things, because the more you do this, the more that you're liberating yourself from the belief that money is hard to make, from the belief that money causes stress, from the belief that it's bad to have easy money. This is an interesting one, money block wise. People will talk about how if they didn't earn it, it feels bad. Like somehow if they didn't work hard for it, they're not deserving of it, right? And this is a mix of all the blocks, because they think they have to work hard. There's a sense of scarcity, like you're not like if you have money, other people don't have enough money. And then also money is bad because if you have too much of it and you didn't work hard for it, then you're somehow a bad person, or you're not worthy of it, or you're not responsible. And I want you to drop all of those money blocks, because it will cause you to repel money away from you and overcomplicate the situation. And I want you to have buckets of money rolling in an easy, fun way that has you feeling free and getting to do what you love every single day. So again, if you haven't taken the Money Blocks profile, go to www.moneyblocksprofile.com. Take it now. People are absolutely loving it. I'm getting some really cool results from it, seeing and learning what's going on for you, talking to people on our Moneymaker meetings, helping you unblock and get to the money-making process faster. You all know that's what I absolutely love to do. So if you're getting value out of the podcast or YouTube episodes that I release every week, please, please, please leave a review, turn on notifications, share it with friends, blast it out, because I want us to grow our NFA money tribe huge. And I want us to be brilliant, bright, zone of genius money makers in the world who get to uplift other people around us, because we're having so much fun spreading our knowledge and our wisdom in the world and making a whole bunch of money doing it and making the planet a better place. So I will see you next week. And until then, NFA money making high fives. Thanks so much for listening to or watching this episode of Max Potential Money. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and turn on notifications if you're watching on YouTube. Share it with your friends so we can build our NFA family. And if you're getting value from what you are learning here, you are definitely going to want to go to moneyblocksprofile.com. Again, that's moneyblocksprofile.com to learn your top money block that's limiting your income potential.